Hello students, welcome back to my channel Account Study for 11th. I hope you all are staying home, staying safe. I've started learning as all the colleges have started online, have started lectures. So in this today's video, we are going to see another example in which how the items are classified into different accounts. The three accounts we have already discussed in our previous video, like real account, personal account, nominal account. In these three accounts, how the items are classified, we are going to see today. And one example, we are going to have a quiz. So that we can have a recap of the previous video. We have learned about two aspects, two accounts, two terms, how we have find it out in that my previous video. So on that one question we are going to solve in this video too. So let's start the video. So here this is the one example. As I told you, we are going to have a quiz on it on the previous video so that we can have a recap of it, of what we have learned, how the two accounts are classified. Now let's take the first transaction. Started business with cash rupees 50,000. We have already seen in my previous video which two accounts are in this transaction. Cash account is the first account, as cash is being brought into business, and another is the capital account. The owner has invested money from his own wallet into the business to start the business. That is called as capital account. Okay. Now next transaction. Deposited cash into the bank rupees 5,000. Now this is the new transaction. Need not to worry, though it is new. Now we have deposited cash into the bank. Okay. Now who is the receiver over here? Bank is the receiver over here, as bank has received money from us because we have deposited cash into the bank. So the first account will be bank account. Bank account. And what we have deposited? Cash account, the another account, that is cash account. These two accounts are being involved in this transaction. We deposited cash into bank. So bank is one account and cash is the other account. Okay. Let's take the another transaction. Purchased goods for cash rupees 3,000. Now here we have purchased goods for cash rupees 3,000. That means we have purchased goods and made payment in cash immediately. We haven't taken it in a credit basis. We have directly made the payment in cash form. So the two account will be purchases account. One will be purchases account, as we have purchased goods, and the other is cash account because we have made payment in cash immediately. We haven't taken it into a credit form. So another account will be cash account. Okay. Now next example. Paid rent rupees 500. Okay. Now here this is our expenditure. Obviously we will pay rent in cash. So one account will be rent account, as we have paid rent, and the other account will be cash account, as rent is being paid in cash, though it is not given here, but the amount shows that the amount rent is paid in cash form. So the other account will be cash account. Now next transaction. Cash sales for rupees 1,000. Now you have got a question over here, what is cash sales? If we have sold goods and received payment immediately into cash, that is called as cash sales. That is selling goods and in exchange we are getting cash as a payment of the buyer. That is called as cash sales. So first account will be cash account, as we have received cash immediately because we have sold goods to the buyer, and the other account will be sales account, as selling has taken place over here. I hope you understood this all transactions. Now let's take the example of classification of accounts. That is, these accounts we have to classify into these three accounts, that is personal, real and nominal accounts. Don't get confused over here. A/CS means this is the short form of accounts. I have written it A/CS. You need not to write the complete term. You can simply write A/CS. It is the plural form of accounts, and account is written in a singular form like this, A/C. Don't get confused what is ACs. It is accounts. So let's start the example. Classify the following accounts into personal, real and nominal accounts. Okay, we got this question. Now these are 12 accounts. We have to classify into these three accounts. Which items are categorized in these three accounts? We have to make a table and we have to write down in one column personal, another real and nominal, and where these items are categorized we have to find it out. So first we will draw a chart. So here I have already drawn a tabular form. Here how you have to draw this table. 3 columns you have to draw. In first column you will have to write personal account, another real account and nominal account. This is how you have to make a table in which you have to classify the items. Now let's take the first item, printing and stationery account. Now let's just imagine we have a small business. We own a small business. So our business is of making packets. We are making packets of some products. We have a small business of making packets. So for making that packets, we have to print something on that packets. So this account is related to that, printing and stationery account. That is, we will have to print some words on that packet. We will have to write MRP on it. We will have to write all the contents in that product, what we are making, how that packet is going to be framed. That is related to this printing and stationery account. So now, if you are making such packets, that means you are producing some goods. Obviously, you will get some expenditure over here, that is printing and stationery. This is our expenditure because we are going to spend from our own pocket for this account. We will have to invest our own money to print all the contents on the product or on the packet. Okay, so we already know the rules. Nominal account, this comes under nominal account. Why nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. This is the rule of nominal account. As this account we have incurred expenditure. This is our expense. So this will fall under nominal account. So we will write over here printing and stationery account. Because this is our expense. This is always going to come under nominal account. All the expenses and gains we are earning, that falls under nominal account. Just remember it. And remember the rules, because rules play a very important role over here to classify all these items. Without rules, you will not understand any items where it is being categorized. Now, here you might have got confused, printing and stationery account, how it is classified. Just imagine that you have a company. Always think of a company, and according to a company, what all expenses you can get, what all income you can earn. Through that you have to classify this account, and rules you will have to remember it. Okay. Now next example, bills payable. Now we are owning a company. Bills payable means if we have purchased any goods, any services on credit basis, then at any time or after some time we will have to pay that bill. We will have to make payment of that product which we have taken on loan on credit. That is called as bills payable account. Means payment of goods or services that we have taken on credit, or else a company has taken on credit basis, that is called as bills payable account. Now this falls under personal account. Why personal account? Because it is the payment of company. Company has to pay that certain amount of bill through its own money, through its own cash. It is not expenditure, it is not income, but we will have to pay that expenses, we will have to pay that bill, like any bill. It can be goods bill, any services bill you are providing, or if you are taking it from someone or some other business, then that is our personal account, company's personal account, because company is taking that benefit. So bills payable will fall under in this. It will not be our expense, it will not, because we have taken goods that has entered into a business, so it will be a profit indirectly we can say. But if you have taken it in on the credit basis or on loan, anytime you will have to pay that loan, anytime you will have to pay that credit, so it will fall under here. It will not fall under nominal account, because this is not our expense, we have to pay it sometime. Expenses and income means where your business is having any sort of loss, any sort of purchases if you are making, then from your business cash is going out, and that is going out in a full time basis, not on credit basis or not on loan basis. Income also you are receiving it in a full way, you are not taking it in a credit basis. That is why it will not fall under nominal account. Okay, let's take the third example, motor car account. Now this is the asset of our company. Motor car will always be our asset, because we have purchased it from the company's cash, from the company's money, this motor car. This is not from the owner's wallet, it will be from the company's account. We have purchased this motor car. As I have already told you that all the assets fall under real account. All the assets, may it be your personal or may it be your company's, it will always fall in real account. It will never go in personal or in nominal account. It will always fall in real account. So without any doubt we will write motor car account in real account. So let's take the other example, capital account. Now as I have already told you what is capital. When an owner invests his own money into business to start the business, that is called as capital. That is, he is investing money in the capital form, okay, to start the business. So it will always fall under personal account, because personal money is being invested, that is in the form of capital. So it will fall under capital account. Now next, good destroyed by fire. Now we are imagining we are having a small business. Now if we are producing some product, some goods, then by accidentally it will catch fire, it is destroyed by fire. Now this is the expense of our business, because the goods we have produced all are damaged due to fire. It is completely destroyed by fire. So this is our loss, this is our expense, we will have to produce it again. So this will fall under nominal account, because nominal account rule says debit all expenses and losses. So goods destroyed by fire, because this is our loss, this is the loss of our company. Okay, so it will fall under nominal account. Next, life insurance corporation account. Now if your business is holding a insurance, if your business has formed the insurance in an insurance company, then it is our personal account, because we have taken the insurance. It is neither our asset, neither our nominal account. It is our personal account. It is company's personal account, because company's personal life insurance is being formed over here. So it will fall under personal account. Life insurance corporation account. Because company has taken out the corporation of its own. Life insurance. Okay. So it will fall under personal account. I hope you are understanding it. Okay. Now next, machinery account. Now, as I already told you again, all the assets are in real account. They fall under real account. So machinery is already our asset. It is the asset of our business. So machinery account is a real account. It comes under real account. So here I'll write down machinery account. Okay. Now next. Now Pune Municipal Corporation account. This is going to come under personal account. Why under personal account? Because this is the name. This is a small corporation, that is a company. It has a separate legal status, separate legal entity. So this is a separate legal entity. That is why it is a personal account. Pune Municipal Corporation really exists. That is owned by a natural person. So it will fall under personal account. Pune Municipal Corporation account. Okay. This is a name. This is owned by a natural person. That is why it falls under personal account. Next, goodwill account. Now you have got a question, what is goodwill? Goodwill is the reputation of our company, of our business, rather than the value of assets or value of liabilities we are owning. It is different from that. Goodwill is the reputation of the company, not in terms of assets or liabilities, but in terms of company's management, employees' loyalty, your working performance, etc. That is called as goodwill. That is reputation of your business. So now this will fall under real account because this is our asset. This is the reputation of our company. That is why this is going to be our asset. If our goodwill is earning something good, that is, if the goodwill is high, if the reputation is high in the society, then obviously your business is going to earn profit. But if the goodwill, that is reputation of the company, is low, that is average, then obviously this is not our asset. Okay. Now goodwill account we will write down in real account, because this is the reputation of our company, neither our expense nor our income. It is just our income. How much reputation we are earning, that is our asset. That is always going to be our asset. Next, repairs and maintenance account. Okay. Now if in your business anything has got damaged, if it is not working properly, then that is called as repairs and maintenance. That is, you will have to repair that particular thing. You will have to keep maintenance of it after the repairs. So this is going to be your expense because that has been incurred in your business. If anything is damaged, that will fall under nominal account because we are incurring expense. Our business is incurring expense. We have to repair that particular thing. We will have to keep maintenance of it to work properly. So this will fall under nominal account. This is our expense. Debit all expenses and losses. Rule of nominal account. Okay. Now stationery account. Now stationery, if your business need any files, any folders, any pencils, pen, whatever your business is needed, that is called as stationery. Now we are not producing that. We will obviously purchase it from somebody. So stationery account will come under nominal account. That is our expense. We will have to purchase it from somebody to start our business, such as pencil, writing pad, or a file to keep all the records of your business. That is called as stationery. That is going to be our expense because we have to spend money on it to keep the records. That will fall under nominal account. Rule is being applied: debit all expenses and losses. Last example, computer account. Now computer is our asset, that is the asset of the business. So as I already told you, all the assets fall under real account. So computer account is our real account. So I hope you understood this example I have explained you in today's video. If you have any queries regarding this, comment me, and do practice this example at your home without looking at the solution I have solved for you. Just try it on your own. If you're getting it, if you're still facing any difficulty, then you can go through the solution that I've explained in the video. But I will recommend you to just write down the transactions on a page, try to solve it on your own, and try it with your own thinking that how this account is going to come under this, which rule is being applied. Then only you will understand how this example is being formulated. And the rules I've taught you in this, I've already explained you in my previous videos. If you still have any difficulty, go through that video. And without rules, no examples are being solved. If you haven't watched my previous videos, you will not understand this example at all. So firstly, watch all my short, I have explained you in short all my important theories, which is going to help you in your practical problems as we have started. Still, if you face any difficulty, feel free to comment. And if you have liked this video, do hit that like button. If you are new, subscribe to my channel, click that bell icon to get all the new notifications of my video. So, and share with your all classmates, with your friends, so that they will also get an idea of how to solve all these practical problems. Do watch theory part, because theory part plays a very important role while solving this. Without theory, without rules, you will not be able to solve any of the practical problems. So first go through the theory and then come to the practical part. Okay, so share with your friends, share with your classmates, share with your neighborhood friends who stays nearby you. So here I will take a leave. Stay at home, stay safe. Till then, goodbye.